Hello guys. Lately I've been on a degenerate streak, and when we talk about degeneracy, a lot of people nowadays are listing video games as something that is very degenerate to do, something that is ruining your life, that is ruining your youth, and a place where a lot of people, especially a lot of young people, are wasting their time and their potential. So today, as somebody who's been playing video games for like a decade at this point, I want to address this and I want to talk about this because I think there is some truth to it. Yes, but I think there is a lot of bullshit to it as well. Because I think video games are mostly a waste of time, but they're also demonized to a point where it doesn't even make sense anymore. Like, we're not taking like fentanyl, like we're just playing some video games, we're just having some fun. A lot of people are saying that video games are a waste of time just because you sit in one position and are in a virtual world, in a digital world where you are outside of reality, you could say. If you think that way, you can say, well, if 200 years ago somebody sat under a tree and drank his cold water on a sunny day, he was basically doing nothing, right? He was in the same position as you are sitting in your chair and playing Minecraft or whatever you're doing. So if we go down that road, it doesn't really make much of a sense because basically that guy 200 years ago is sitting doing nothing under a tree, staring at wherever, and you're doing the same, staring at pixels at the monitor. If you look at it this way, you can basically say that there is no difference whatsoever. It is just something that people like to do. And back then it was sitting under a tree, maybe. I took it as an example, and now it's people staring at monitors and playing their favorite video games. So if you look at it from this perspective, you can see that this theory that it is just wasting time doing nothing doesn't really make that much sense. Now, why am I defending video games? Well, I'm a little biased, I would say, because I am somebody who spent probably thousands of hours playing video games, and I've had some very interesting experiences with it. Not only that I had interesting experiences from playing the video game itself, but also from the fact that I made very good friendships, or I made existing friendships stronger from video games. I've met a lot of people through video games. Some of them became my friends, and some of them with who I played video games were already my best friends or very close ones. And playing video games with them made our bond even stronger. We became even closer to each other, which is something that I would say was a consequence of the video game itself. It was a consequence of our interest, which was the same in this scenario. So I had some social gain from video games, which is something that is getting demonized. And people say that video games are really bad for your social life because you don't go outside as much. But in my case, I've made some friends, which means I improved my social life through video games, which is a digital non-existing world according to a lot of people. But these people have not played video games. They don't understand what video games are. And credit to the ones that do, but a lot of older people especially have no fucking clue what video games represent. The communities in the video games, people finding friends through video games, and so on and so forth. I don't say that video games are the best place where you can make friends. I don't say that video games are the place to be. I would even say, honestly, as somebody who's been a gamer or just somebody who's played games for a while, that if you have not ever played a video game and you're like 15 or something, it is probably a better option to not play video games ever, like to never start playing video games, because I think there are many other things where you should put your time in that would have better returns, or that would just be a better activity to spend time on, higher quality activity to spend your time on. But I think there should be a point where you don't really enjoy video games anymore, and that is a point when you need to stop playing video games. Because a lot of people, and this is the problem, I think this is what people are warning you about when they say video games. It is the point where you don't want to play video games anymore, but you just are addicted to the video game. You have no other thing to do, so you just stick to this comfort, this convenience, this place, this virtual escape from the real world that you indulge in every day or few times a week that you don't even enjoy anymore. And this is called addiction. Like you're just addicted to this stuff. You go, you play your League of Legends game, you hate everybody on the server, you just play because you don't know what else to do. Now, this is a problem. You should stop playing video games immediately at this point. And I think for most of the people, probably more than 90% of the people, there will be a point where video games would not satisfy anything in you. The only thing that would keep you playing is the habit and the addiction, or the addiction. It depends if you're addicted. So this is where you should probably stop playing video games. You've squeezed the juice out of the experience. You've played video games for long enough. You understand the way it works. You had your time there. Now it's time to let younger people play video games. And if you're like turning 20, if you're like between 20 and 25, I think this is the time when you will start having more responsibilities. You will start having some bigger questions appear in your life, and video games will be something that you should probably leave behind. I'm in this period right now, and I left video games few times actually in the last like 5 years. I probably had around 2 years where I didn't touch League of Legends, CS, whatever I was playing at that time. But recently I've played some more CS, to be honest. And sure, I'm like very invested in the economy. I'm very passionate about the game, about the ecosystem of the game, and I've made some money out of it. So you could say that this is like a side hustle of mine, sure, but I still play the game, so it is not really a pure side hustle. I still do get entertained by the product that I'm consuming. But I do hate the narrative that people are trying to push, that video games are just so bad for you. I think at the end of the day, it is something that you do to have fun. Video games are just an extension of normal games. You know, we play sports, we play checkers, we play chess, we play cards, we play Monopoly. These are all games that we play to spend our time on with other people and have fun together. It's like a social thing. And when you play video games, it's pretty much the same thing, only the experience is elevated because you have a lot more things going on and the game is getting updated, and these billion-dollar companies are pouring money into it, are pouring resources to make the game better and better over time. So video games are just a better experience than most games in normal daily life, or just some old school games. And this is the whole thing. And I don't understand why, for example, something like Monopoly is not getting demonized. And when you say that you play Call of Duty, you're like the weirdo guy. So this is something that I don't really understand. This is something a little bit off topic, but I think it does make sense that video games are just an extension, an improved thing from other games that already existed in this world for thousands of years. But as I said, if you don't play video games, you probably shouldn't start, because there are other things that are worth doing more than video games. Now, if you think that video games are a problem to you and you're addicted and you're skipping other things in your life, or you're compromising your social life or your health for video games, then you should probably quit, right? Again, if you're exceeding 20, you should try to quit anyways if you're not really getting something out of it. Like if you play video games with your friends, then it's probably all right. It is something like that you're socializing through. If you don't really abuse video games, then you'll be fine. But if you are in debt, or you really have no friends whatsoever, and you just keep spamming video games, then you should really consider quitting. Because as I said, I think after 20, you should start considering quitting video games, because there are more things in life that are slowly or really quickly playing a part in your life, but you are ignoring them because of video games. That is a problem. Also, if you don't know if you're capable of existing without video games, you should try at least to see. Because I think it is very empowering to know that you are capable of quitting this thing that you're playing at any moment. I was somebody that played League of Legends for like almost 10 years last year, and my account got banned. So I really didn't want to make another account. And now it's been exactly a year since I played League of Legends for last, and I'm not ever planning to open that game again. The thing is, I proved myself that even the fact that I played this game for so long, I was still capable, I was still able to quit this game like this and never look back. And this is something that you should probably do as well, or at least test it for a month or two to see if you're actually capable of existing and living without video games. If you don't play video games for a month or two, you might find something other that you're more interested in, that you'll probably spend your time on. So there is a chance you drop video games for a month. In the meantime, you start playing guitar, and eventually, after like 3 months, you're like, I really don't want to play COD anymore. I just want to play guitar now because I find it a lot more interesting. I really enjoy playing guitar, so why not learn this interesting skill, this understand how to play this instrument instead of, just no lifing Call of Duty or whatever you're playing. So in the meantime, when you try to quit the video games, you can actually find something even better, something that you like even more. So that is an automatic plus. And I don't know what is your stand on this, because a lot of influencers online, a lot of these retarded gurus are telling you that video games are like a suicide mission or something. They're not. They're just something that you have fun through. It is just a entertainment product that you're consuming. It is not that deep. And I think for everybody that is playing video games, or at least for above 90% of the people, I don't think they're as addicted or as dependent on video games as they think. If tomorrow we have no more electricity, and of course video games are not part of our life anymore, I think they will very easily reintegrate in the normal life, in the normal habitat of normal people. Like, it won't be that hard for you to go from a gamer who doesn't shower to a normal person who goes out and has a drink with their friends, because you'll not have an option. I just think that you make this in your head that you're so addicted to this stuff, and you probably aren't. You probably aren't as addicted as you think. Video games are used as comfort, as a form of escapism from reality. So I think that is the problem, and not the fact that you play video games itself, not the activity itself, but why you do it. So you have to diagnose the problem, or you have to look at the problem from this other perspective that I'm trying to present to you. The whole video game pandemic and this whole drama surrounding video games and something that young people use as entertainment, I think it is a little over exaggerated. I think video games are not as bad and as crazy of a addiction that people try to represent it online. I think it is a lot simpler than that. And if you are just a casual dude playing some games sometimes, I don't think you're gonna ruin your life by it. Even if you have kids, even if you have a wife, if you have a social circle and a job, I think you can literally still play video games. Games. You can still play video games. You can still like indulge in it. You can still enjoy it. You will do it less, of course, but you can still implement it in your life without like destroying all other functions of it. This video is already pretty long, but I think there is still a lot to be said about video games and about this whole addiction, this topic in general. I think there is a lot more to say about video games, and as somebody who's been playing video games, as I said, for a long time, I really have a lot of things that I want to say about this topic. But because I don't want this video to be 40 minutes, and you probably don't have time to watch the whole fucking thing, we're gonna split this and we're gonna talk about different elements of the video gaming world in different videos. This was just kind of a overall introduction all over the place. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.